actually know where I'm going. Maybe I should pay attention to the trail. Capitol Reef National Park in sunny Utah. I am so excited to be here. It's been on my list for a while. You know, I've done Arches and Canyonlands and Zion, and I drove through Bryce. I didn't actually hike Bryce, that's on my list too, but this is an exciting time because I'm spending my whole couple of days here and it's freaking beautiful. I mean, come on, look at this. Got in late last night, so I'll show you the cute little place I'm staying later. It was a long travel day. I drove from Denver and I was all bound, just shy of an 8-hour drive, like 7.5 and change. But yeah, totally worth it. The drive through Colorado I've done before and it's one of my favorites. And I'm excited for a fun day, fun couple of days. So yeah, look at this. Hard to beat it. So I actually drove through this last night. It was beautiful. It's like the tail end of the sunset, around like 8-ish. It's just gorgeous. So we're doing the Navajo knobs, which I'm guessing are those. Really neat. Knobs. I don't know if I'm going to climb all the way up there. Just a little scramble at the top here. We can do it. Made it. Don't know how I'm going to get down, but that's the next problem. Very nice. Wow. Pretty sweet. Little snack, little view. No croissant today, sadly. This would be an epic croissant spot. But look. Ah. It's so pretty. I just like how there's like nothing but wilderness and one road. Well, there they are, the Navajo knobs. I was just sitting up there and I chatted with a really nice couple from Wisconsin, or Madison actually, and apparently the new pope was picked today. Got service at the very top of it. There's no service on this trail, and I will say, like, there are the little like rock piles. I think they're called cairns. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's either cairns or cairns. I'm not sure. These little rock piles, these guys, I don't know, is it looking at it? Hold on, let me flip you around. I'm like, it's the camera. These. There are those on the trail, but even with those, I stepped off the trail several times and had to double back. I mean, not very far, but I do recommend having your trail maps downloaded on all trails. It's really not a very expensive subscription. It's worth the price even for just one trip, and then cancel it if you don't want to have like a monthly subscription like I do. Gosh, it's just so beautiful. Y'all, it's just so beautiful. Look at I love these, I think I showed some of these on the way up, but the rock formations and how they kind of, there's all these little like alcoves and cave like things and all that. Anyway, it took me just about 2 hours to make it up. It's like 4.6 miles or whatever. Pretty good pace. It's not like the steepest. There is some up and down. The end though, the scramble at the end is probably what makes it rated hard, because that's a little bit more technical, a lot more technical. I'm gonna make sure I'm on the trail. I do have a tendency to get off of it when I'm talking to the camera. Anyway, really lovely. It's a beautiful morning, perfect temperature. Imagine it's like, I don't know, gotta be in the upper 50s, low 60s by now, but in the desert at elevation in the sun, we're up at 7,000 feet now. It feels hotter than that. It's just beautiful. And all in all, I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people so far on the trail. So perfect, comfortable amount. I'm sure there's going to be, well, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing there'll be more coming down. I didn't start as early as I could have, but still before 8, which is good considering how long of a travel day I had yesterday. I let myself sleep. Alright, I'm going to concentrate on the way down, but there's just going to be more of this beauty that I showed you on the way up. Hard to beat it. Alright, we're almost back, but here's a view I didn't see going up because it was behind me. Pactol's Pyramid. Very nice. Hello! Okay, I can take this off now. I forgot it was on. That was a really nice hike. Highly recommend. My watch, what did I clock in at? I clocked in at, crump buns. I can't tell you because I have 0 service. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Ye old watch. Will help me out. 9.5 miles, 2457, so almost 2,457 feet of elevation gain overall. 4 hours, 15 minutes. Really nice. The one thing I will say, you know, it's pretty like moderate trail. It's not very hard, except for that little scramble at the end to get up the knobs. Sounds funny to say. It is like mostly you're hiking, I would say like over 80% hiking on sheer rock. So it's a lot of like impact, right, for your feet, because it's basically like walking on really uneven concrete, if you want a comparison. So like my feet are a little more tired than I think they would be normally for that length of hike, but it's a beautiful day. Definitely saw way more people coming down than I saw coming up. They were on their way up, and I cannot emphasize this enough, you guys. Every time I'm in the desert and I see people embark on a hike in the desert carrying no water, I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Maybe rethink these choices. Anyway, I just popped over to the visitor center behind me here. It's bumping. There's like tour groups and a lot of older folks. I don't know, it seems nice. Anyway, I bought some things. I bought a postcard, like so, and this sticker, which I just thought was so pretty. How pretty is that? And this sticker, really, really cool. And then this little one, so one of those is for my car and one's for my journal. This little one, I'm running out of room now, but it's gonna go on my national park water bottle sitch here. Let's see, we're gonna put it on right now, live, in action, stickering. I know, you're so excited, you can hardly contain yourself. Ooh, it is a little tight. I am gonna have to buy either much smaller stickers or I'm just not gonna be able to fit. Well, there she is. I think I have room for maybe one more, and that'll be all she wrote. Yeah, or like a long skinny one and a very small one. I don't know. Anyway, that's fine. So yeah, stickers, fun stuff. Now, I think I'm going to head into Torrey, which is the local town. I don't have any service here, so I'm not exactly sure how far away or anything it is. But I'm just going to start driving until I get service. And I would really like to get my car washed, because I'm thinking tomorrow I might drive, after my hike, I might drive through the south part of the park, just do like a driving tour. And you guys, there's so many dead bugs on my windshield. Like, it would just be so sad to show you that. So, if I can find a car wash and maybe get some gas and maybe get something to eat, a bite, a coffee, not a coffee, like a matcha or a tea or something, let's go explore. Torrey. Okay, I think I'm going to the Wild Rabbit Cafe, but I might be going to the coffee roaster place. I'm not sure. But we're going in one of these. Look at this. She's a beaut. I got a breakfast burrito. Oh, you can't even really see it. It's not. There we go. Yum. And an oat milk chai, you know, fitting broke. Ooh, it comes with potatoes. Alright, you know, these self-wash things are not my favorite. But this is the only option within, like, I don't know, a long, long way. So we're gonna try. I just, like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll read it first and then figure it out. Just, like, too many options. I don't really get it. Alright, well, she's looking pretty nice and shiny now. Luckily, I have my own drying towel. I mean, it's very small, so it only dries so much, but I know there's more bugs, but it's a little bit of an improvement. I think I just don't like these because I don't know how they work, but the more I use them, the more I learn. I still don't really understand, like, the foam brush, and I guess you have to, like, turn the knob, the different things you want. I don't know. Oh, my car just got angry. Now you can see how pretty it is. A little better. I'm sure there'll be dead bugs galore in a second. Everywhere you look, like, this is between the two tiny little towns. I'll show you as we drive through Torrey too. It's very small. There's not much there. Like this. Like, seriously. Just the farmland and then boom! Rocks! This place rocks. Ha ha ha. This is the town. It's so cute. There's just mostly like lodging because people come to stay for Capitol Reef. So there's a lot of little kind of cabins like I have, and RV parks and private campgrounds and things like that. I could have camped, but I decided not to because it's still getting in the 30s at night, and I'm just not, I don't know, a fair weather camper. But this is it. This is the like the burger joint is a truck. Like that is like the best burger joint, and it's a little truck. And here's the store. I'm actually gonna go into the store, the little chuck wagon. Yeah, that was the cutest store ever. Plus, this is where the laundromat is. I might come back here in a couple days. It's coin only, but luckily I have lots of coins for that very reason. Alright, so we'll finish our tour of the town. This is like the center. They've got some historic things, and actually I think that might be a church. Yeah, that's a Mormon Latter-day Saints church. And this is where I was for lunch. I don't know. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's so stinking cute. But anyway, yeah, they've got a couple of different food trucks and stuff there I might check out tomorrow. So if you're looking for like a town, like a full-fledged town, this isn't it. This is mainly you're here to be outside. And there's a few little things, but it's still sweet. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of the drive. This is like the road you turn off of the like main road that goes through onto Capitol Reef. This is the road that goes down to where I'm staying, and it's actually like a full working ranch. I think they do rodeos and stuff. But look, there's still snow in those mountains over there. Anyway, it's just like everywhere you look here, it's like, okay, farm, and then bam, beautiful views. Just it's so pretty. Okay, so you see the houses there up on the left? That's where we're going. That's like the main house, and we are going here to Cowboy Homestead Luxury Cabins. Okay. So obviously people live here, and that's their, oops, sorry, you can't see, I don't know what I'm filming. That's a very nice house. But then see yonder? That's like full working ranch stuff. And apparently they do rodeo things. But they've got cows and horses and all of that. Anyway, that's the office. These are the cabins. I'm in number 4. Aren't they cute? I love how they planted these little trees. Do you see these little trees? So that's 3. There's my neighbors, and here, this is 4 right here. So I'm gonna back in, and then I'll give you the grand old tour. Here it is. Pretty cute. Love the tree. Little sitting area, which is nice. And then you go inside, and it's just like an all-in-one, everything you could possibly need in one little space, and I absolutely love it. So it's not like the most private because you're right next to the other cabins, but it's, you know, they're faced strategically to the view, which is very nice. And you don't really see your neighbors. There's no windows at the sides or anything. It does have heating and cooling. I think this is on heat right now. It was definitely going off overnight, but you can put it on for air conditioning if you want. I don't really think I need it right now, but it's sweet. It's got little, you know, kind of little Western touches, being that it's on a working ranch. Now, this isn't a pristine room tour because my stuff is here, but this is, now you get a sense of like, I'm pretty neat. So that's a little throwback to my old channel name. So this is generally like, I didn't tidy. This is how I keep things generally. That's my own pillow on the bed. I do like to have my own pillow, but I would have put things in the drawers though. But the drawers are like, I pulled one out, I was like, wah, wah. I don't think I should put anything in there. So yeah, all my little things are out and about. I think this is a working faux fireplace TV, which I will not turn on, but that's all right. Some more cow art, some more horseshoe hooks, you know. Got a nice eating area here, which is sweet. I mean, it's just like the perfect space, right? I did my little stretchy yoga bits this morning right there. This is cute little kitchenette, which is perfect. Right now my water bladder's in there because I just refilled it for tomorrow. And then this was a lot neater before I got here, but I put all my stuff, I brought in my own plate, and I'm guessing they give you plates and stuff. They give you, yeah, they do, but I don't know. I just had mine in my bag and ready to go, so I bring in my own stuff. Microwave coffee pot. They do give you coffee and to-go cups and stuff. This is all my food stuff to make my breakfast, my overnight oats, and then crackers and chocolate and applesauce for hikes, and all of my hydration stuff and oranges, you know. Should we do a what's in my fridge? It's kind of like Cribs edition. There's a working freezer, which is nice, but this is just all stocked up with my goodies. You know, it's gonna have my usual crudité apples. I've got some salami and cheese, some blueberries, overnight oats, the other half my breakfast burrito because it was delightful but huge, so I'll have that another time. Yogurt, cottage cheese, guacamole, almond milk, all that good stuff. And then you have this sweet little bathroom right here. And what do you know? It has a tub. I mean, it's not like the biggest tub, but it's a tub. And when I went into that little country store, I was like, I wonder if they just happen to have Epsom salts. And they just happen to have Epsom salts. So I bought a bag. And I will be soaking in the tub with my book later. But yeah, you got, you know, yet another hook, Western-themed hook. The crate drilled into the side of the wall to hold the towels. You know, it's classic stuff. And then the sink with all my stuff on it. I'm sorry, it's just taking over everything. But that's all she wrote. That's the whole kit and caboodle. Cozy. So it's almost 3 now. I moseyed around enough to spend some time. I am going to just spend the rest of my day doing the things that I like to do to unwind and relax. Yoga, bath, read, journal, all that good stuff. And figure out what my plan is for tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, I think I do want to drive the length of the park if I can. I think I can. So I might do that tomorrow because if I want to do laundry, that will take time on Saturday. But I'm actually in a recovery week in my training plan, so I'm not looking to put in huge miles every day. Like today I did, 9.5. That's probably going to be my biggest hike this whole trip. I would like to run one day, but I don't want to run on rock. So I'm going to poke around all trails, figure out what I want to do. But this is what I like to do on my solo trips, like adventure during like the meat of the day, and then just chill. And then also figure out what my next adventure is for the rest of the day. But it's a beautiful place, and I'm looking out at this gorgeous view. I just love that you can still see the snow on the mountains. It's perfect. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Baby bunny friend. Hello. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Lippity, lippity, lippity. Lippity, lippity. Hi, cutie. He's pretty little, actually. I'm way zoomed in. Oh, cute. Good morning. I just woke up. 6:15. I'm not setting an alarm while I'm here. Actually, usually go to sleep a lot earlier when I'm on these hiking trips. I'm usually like lights out, like 9:30 to be honest. Oh, I'm getting out my overnight oats. But I stayed up reading last night. I'm reading the first book in the Veiled Kingdom series by, what's her name? Holly Renee, I think, is the author. And I'm really enjoying it. This looks like mush, but this is my overnight oats. I think I showed it in one of my other videos, but I basically just put a little, well, I'll make it later and I'll show you. It's not rocket science, but it's protein oats. Lately I try to eat like within half an hour the latest, but I'm usually eating within like 10-15 minutes of waking up to help with my cortisol spikes in the morning. And if you're like, what the hell are you talking about? I've become interested in following Dr. Stacy Sims' work. I talk about her like all the time on Instagram. I'm sure people are sick of hearing about her. But that's one of her top tips for women, especially in perimenopause, which I absolutely am in. And I figured that out because of her. Otherwise, I would have been like, I don't know what the heck is happening to me. Long story short, I'm 42. I'm very active, as you know. I eat pretty simply and pretty clean. Like, I never restrict myself from things, but I just tend to eat pretty well. But I know I wasn't, like, getting quite what I need in terms of specifically, like, protein and fiber. I still use this stuff. You guys, I'm not selling this to you. I promise. I've been using this stuff for 3 years, and I still do it. I travel with it and everything. They recently reformulated, and I think I like this formula better. It's a little bit more balanced in terms of the things it gives you. Also, Dr. Stacy Sims has me on this stuff, creatine. She said you don't really notice results until like 3 to 4 weeks in. Next week, I'll be 3 to 4 weeks in. But it's not only supposed to help with like, you know, like muscle stuff, but also like brain clarity. And that's one of the things, like the brain fog and the forgetting my words and stuff like that. It's one of those perimenopause things. But yeah, I've been following her. So this is my breakfast. I'll eat this, and then I'll have this. And that's my little morning routine. So I used to, as in even like, I don't know, a month ago, like 6 weeks ago, just go hike, like without having eaten anything. And I don't even work out at home without eating first. I've been eating before working out at home for a long time now. But hiking, I was like, whatever, I don't need to eat before I hike. But now I treat it just like any other workout. So I eat first,
I'll get dressed, do my little stretchy stuff, a little mobility, just like 15 minutes. And then we're going to go back to Capitol Reef because I decided I would go back to Capitol Reef today because it's Friday and I think it's going to be way more crowded tomorrow. And I'm going to do the hike. I pinpointed it on the other side of the road. So I'm not sure if it's going to be like similar views or anything, but it'll be from a different perspective. And I'm hoping it'll give me a view, my hair is funny, over the other side of the canyon. And then I think after, I might try to do the drive. I might like go quickly into town and grab like a tea and a something or other, and then we'll do the drive, because that sounds fun. But I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to panic. Like, I do like to, for very long hikes and stuff. And if it's going to be very hot, get up at like 5 and be at the trailhead by like 5:30 and stuff. But I'm not doing that today. If I wanted to do that, I would have gone to bed earlier and set an alarm. But I'm not doing that today. I'm just letting myself chill, especially because it's a recovery week. I'm like, we're not rushing anywhere. It'll be fine. And yes, I'll put myself together a little bit more.
Good morning, Capitol Reef. It's so beautiful. This is the drive-in from Torrey. This is the drive-in. I don't think it's crooked. Whatever. Camera, work your shit out, camera. All right, you look. I'm gonna look at the road, but you look at the view. Okay? Just watch these rocks. These amazing rocks. Oh my gosh. That's so pretty. I'm just parking and look at my little friends. I don't want to get out of the car and scare them. They're like having breakfast. It looks very unbothered though. I just pulled my car up right here and he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna lick my side. There's another one next to her, him. I have no idea. I'm not a deer expert. That one has antlers though. Little antlers coming in. Oh, they're young. Maybe it's yeah, they're young. Aww. A girl and a boy? I don't think so. Young love! Oh my gosh. Well, here we are again in the awkward car. Just filling up my snack bag for later. Today. Generally. Yes, those things. I don't know if I'm parked in the right place because it's a little confusing. And there's no trailhead bathroom, which is making me a little sad. You all know I'm no stranger to and do not mind being in wilderness, but in the desert, so it's a lot less coverage. So there's a campground like across the street from the trailhead. I might pop over there first and see if I can use the bathroom there. I'm just getting my pack ready to go, and we'll be on our merry way. I'm looking forward to this hike. Like, can't believe I'm the only one here though, so not really sure what that means, but okay, maybe I'm parking in the wrong place. I didn't think I should park in the campground though. Anyway, the deer are really cute. Now there's 3 of them, and it's a beautiful morning, so I'm gonna put our shoes on. We're gonna have a good day. See the horse? This is such like a picturesque place. There's some working orchards, I guess, on the property. I don't know. I have to learn more about that. But anyway, use the pit toilet at the campsite, which is campground, which is right there. I tried to get in. By the way, no go. So we're doing this, but then going onward. The Cohab Canyon Trail. But what I'm doing is this Cassidy Arch via Frying Pan Trail. I'm guessing it'll end up being like 8.5 miles, give or take, at the end of the day. 2,400 feet of elevation gain, so it's a little shorter than yesterday. Oh, there's marmots here. Hopefully we won't see any snakes. A little shorter than yesterday, but a little bit more elevation gain, and the red is steep, so some up and downs. I think it should be fun. It's always fun when a hike starts with stairs. But I'm loving my little like bandana. It really, I used to, this is all relatively new, but I was gotten into the habit of using it on trail runs. The cool technology one though, cannot remember the name of the brand right now. But in the desert, cotton works okay, you know, because of dry heat. Not only does it like protect the neck and also like collect the sweat that pours off my face, but it covers a little bit my, let me loosen this up just a little bit. The hose to my water bladder, why can't I think of that? Anyway, keeps it out of the sun a little so it gets less hot. And also, and most importantly, in the event that I need to like switch into bandit mode, like in an instant, we're in a bandit mode. So that seemed like the most pivotal, you know, most important part. All right, I'm gonna focus on getting up these stairs, but in the meantime, look at that view. Jeez Louise. So this is definitely further from the other trail than I thought it was, and I think it's a good pick. Doing these back to back, we'll find out. I can't believe my little blue right there. It's the only gal in the parking lot with the deer and the horse. But yo, it's beautiful. Also, this is why we do the step-ups at home, for the hiking. Especially the hiking with the steps. All right, you knew this was coming. The cliffs of insanity. Y'all, I love all the little tiny, I don't know if those are full of caves or what, but we're not like 10 minutes in and it's already pretty special. Yo, it got more special. I was gonna say specialer. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Every turn it's like, oh bam! Look at that. Crevice? Ooh. This is fun. I'm already having tons of fun. How is nobody else here? Maybe there's another trail entry point. It's Friday in May. It's beautiful out. I cannot be the only person doing this trail. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. God, life is beautiful. Oh, nothing like some pretty big freaking rocks to make you feel small in the best way possible. Yeah, I'm not even half a mile in. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. At the turnaround point, this trail kind of like joins with the Cassidy Arch trail, and that's where this trail ends. And for this last bit, you just walk over this like rocky part. I feel like I'm on Mars. And there it is. There's a whole bunch of people here now, but this is the other side. Took a picture of people. You can like walk on the arch. I think I am going to walk around it because why not? But oh, it's pretty. Look at that. That's neat. Holy smokes. Don't look down. So this is the other side of the arch, right here. Look at this canyon. Dude. Whoa. Yo, we did it. Almost 9 miles on the nose. Very close. 2,500 feet. 4 hours, 12 minutes. Done and dusted. There's a few more cars keeping a little company in the parking lot. I'm gonna go use Trailhead bathroom and we'll be on our merry way. That was a good one. Definitely hotter today, which makes it a little bit harder, but very enjoyable. And ultimately, totally recommend. Even if you just come to do that first mile that I showed you at the very beginning of the trail. It's so pretty, but I highly recommend doing the whole thing. We came to, what was this place called? I don't remember. Oh, and I don't know. Dark Sky Coffee. I think I'll get an iced chai. Look at these fancy, they've got oatmeal muffins. Last little place I just stopped at. Very cute. I just pulled over to eat. You know, she got a nice chai. Yummy. And I got, for variety, a breakfast sandwich on a bagel. And apparently, I asked for their suggestions on a drive to do, and they just finished this scenic drive down the road that I was on for the hike. So if I just kept driving down that road, I could take the scenic drive. So I think I'm gonna do that, because why not? It's a beautiful day. It's just so nice to drive with the windows down and the music on. This is really freaking hot. I'm gonna wait a second to eat that. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit though, because honestly, I get 3 bars of LTE here and it's way better than the internet. The one thing about the cabin, and I'm not staying there for the internet access, but it's horrible. The internet is horrible. So I'm gonna do all my comments and things that I have to do right now for my community and check Instagram and posts and stuff while I'm sitting here eating. And then we'll mosey on and we'll do a scenic drive. How fun is that? All right, I'm gonna look where I'm going, but you can look at me if you would like. So I looked up the scenic drive, and it is down that road that I went to hike on. And it's not that long, it's not that far, and it goes past Cassidy Arch and some of the stuff that I just saw on the hike. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive down 24 here, that's the US Route 24, back through the park, and then turn right at the next big road, or just, it's not even a big road, just the next road that's past the visitor center and all of that, and goes south, because if the map isn't lying, that will take me to the southern part of Capitol Reef, which I still haven't quite decided what I'm doing tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be hiking in that part of the park. So at least when I drive down there, it's only 1:20, and I'm not doing anything else today, so why not? I have my iced chai, my full belly, and I do have snacks if I need snacks. It's just beautiful out. So I'll pull out the camera when it makes sense, if it's safe to do so. If there's anything really spectacular, we'll pull over and look at it together. But I'm just excited I'm going to roll my windows back down and roll them up to talk to you because it was real loud. Just take a bit of a drive. Enjoy this bit. I love driving, you guys, and I love driving in open country like this, where you can just see for so far. I have so many seeds from that everything bagel stuck in my teeth. I'll work on that too. You know, we can multitask in these ways. Alright, let's go for a ride. But first, we're gonna do the photo op. Look, they even have a little selfie stand. Alright, photo op time. Cow crossing? Look at that baby! Oh! Oh, hello! So cute. This is a ranch. I mean, there's a lot of ranches out here. But yeah, I'm just heading south. I don't know where I'm going. There's absolutely no service, but we're just... Look, the thing isn't even on the road in the map. We're just heading south. But it's been fun. And now we've come onto a dirt washboard style road here. So, I don't know. I guess we're still going down this road. Maybe I should expand the map and see if I can see any more, but yeah, I just saw the first car I've seen in like, I don't know how many miles coming at me. But there's not a lot of traffic here. Oh, there's another car. So we made it back into the park. This is a fun drive. This is very tricky, but it's beautiful, you guys, and it's just desert glory. Canyons, rocks galore, so I'm having a good time. But yeah, maybe you want a four-wheel drive for this. I don't know, it's not that severe of a road, but I put my car into all-wheel drive for this part, just to be safe. Let's keep going. Desert landscape and to go to forest. Isn't that wild? Almost back, 18 minutes till we're back, going up Route 12 now. But look at this. Now we're in the forest. Oh, we just drove through like a huge grove of aspens, and now we've got some deciduous trees. Wild. Now you can see the canyons and all the other landscapes a little bit. Just amazing. I love the variety. Home sweet home. It's almost 5. Y'all, that turned into a 3.5-hour joyride. All the way around Capitol Reef National Park and the surrounding national forests and state parks. I think more forests and state parks. But yeah, really fun. The gravel bit was an adventure. I feel like Blue got a bit of a workout, which was fun. The switchbacks, man. That's where I had like the best view, I think. I don't know what kind of footage I got because I was looking at the road and not at what I was filming mostly. But man, that was so fun. I do feel like, and I've noticed this for the last couple of months, that Blue's a little slippy. And I take her in for service every 5,000 miles, like clockwork. She just had her 25,000 mile checkup and passed with flying colors, but I don't know. I don't know if maybe she needs new tires. I don't know how long tires are supposed to last, or if I need her steering looked at or what. But I think when I get to 30,000 miles, I'm going to look for a place to take her that can maybe take a closer look, because I've been taking her to dealerships because I was still under warranty up to 25,000 miles. So that was all covered. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know like that much about cars, to be honest, but I'm learning more about her and her needs. But yeah, I do my best to take care of her, but it might be time to upgrade the tire situation and give her a full, close look. But yeah, I did get a sticker, I did, from the coffee place this morning. That was so good. So now I'm going to chill. I did tell you I'd show you the overnight oats. It's really not that interesting, so I'll show you that when I make it. But I'm going to clean up and stretch and read my book and eat and figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing for the rest of the day, but I will come back to you to show you the non-exciting overnight oats. I'm going to make our overnight oats. Picked out what I'm doing tomorrow. The trail I wanted to do is like an hour drive. Actually passed by it today, I think. But it's got a really nice waterfall, and I can tell it's a very popular trail. So I think I am going to set an alarm. Wake up really early, and I'm going to try to run parts of it, even though it's like really soft sand. I'm just going to try. Anyway, okay, overnight oats. Please excuse me if I showed you this before. I can't keep track. I know I've shown my private community, but what I do at home slightly more involved than what I do on the road. On the road, I use shelf-stable ingredients. Moving into summer, I won't store these things in my car between trips, but in spring, it's felt okay. I will travel with protein powder come summer, and probably even like my chia seeds and stuff. Just you don't want things to go rancid in your car. But right now, because it's, parking in moderate climates, it's fine. I realize I'm going to show you this. So so overnight oats, here we go. There we go. All right, I have these little containers that are perfect. I don't measure anything. At home, I do kind of measure a little bit. I just basically fill these like halfway with oats, give or take. And then I add in a healthy shake of chia seeds. So at home I do measure this, and it's roughly like half a cup of oats. This is probably a little bit more than that. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. I also add in cinnamon and vanilla, like a little bit of vanilla extract. I don't have those things here, so I don't worry about it. And then at home, if I'm using protein powder that is unsweetened, I'll add in like a very small amount, like a teaspoon of maple syrup. But when I have protein powder like I do here on the road that has stevia, like sweetened with stevia, I don't need to add anything else to it. It's plenty sweet. I don't like my breakfast too sweet. Like, I do like sweet things, but only when I want like dessert. Do you know what I mean? Now at home I do these in mason jars, and it's so easy to shake everything, so I don't like mix it before I add the liquid. But on the road, I don't have the mason jars. I have these little containers. Little containers are great for small refrigerators or in my cooler, in the car or whatever. So I just try to, if you don't mix the protein powder well, it will clump. So whether you're shaking it in a mason jar or whatever. And I like to add the protein, so I'm only adding like a half of a serving of protein powder. A full serving would be 2 scoops of this. So half of this is 10 grams. And that's really just like all I need to get my morning going. There is a little bit of protein in the almond milk I use. And oats also, I believe, have a little bit of protein in them. But yeah, we're just adding oat milk. And this is kind of trial and error. Like, it depends on how you like your overnight oats. You have to know that they're going to expand a little bit as the oats absorb the liquid. So whatever you put in will get a little bit less liquidy over, while they're setting up in the fridge. I set mine up overnight, and you can leave them in the fridge for, I don't know, at least a couple of days, probably longer. I
have no idea. But I just know by eyeballing it the consistency I like. And then in the morning, all I do is like pop off the lid, add some blueberries, and I'm ready to go. When I'm home and blueberries aren't in season, or even when they are in season, sometimes I just like to use the frozen, because the frozen ones, they just add like a little bit of like blueberry juice to the concoction. What I will do is I will add my frozen blueberries on top of this and put it all in the fridge together, and the blueberries will thaw while the while the oats set up, and it's perfect. Pretty sure I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I basically just filled up my what's it called, soft flasks for my running business tomorrow. I'm doing this trail that's extremely popular from the looks of it on the trail reviews. It's down in the Escalante National Monument. It's the Lower Calf Falls. It's supposed to be very, very sandy, but relatively flat. It's only like 500 feet elevation gain over the whole thing. And I'm going to attempt to run it. We'll see. If I end up walking most of it, it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to pop these in the freezer, I think, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to try to get an early start because it's so popular. It's an hour drive away. So I'm going to just do a little stretching and get in bed. And I'll see you tomorrow for some more fun. Good morning. You look out the window and I'll look at the road. Sound like a good plan? It's a beautiful morning. And we're on our way to the waterfall. But I already forgot the name of it. Lower Calf Creek Falls. I think that's it. Look at my brain remembering things at 5:53 in the morning. Wow, you guys. I didn't drive down here before. Whoa, look at this road. Okay, we're gonna slow down a little. Alright, you guys look out the window. I'm gonna try to stay on this like little precipice we're on. Wild! Wow! Oh, I love this. Amazing. And also, we're back to bug splattered windshield, but you know, you can't have it all. But you can have this view, and that's pretty sweet. Alright, here we are. Apparently you can use your park pass to pay for the parking. There's a campground, so I'm hoping there's a bathroom somewhere. That was a long drive. But yeah, you can camp here. Guessing you probably have to make that reservation way in advance, but you know, it's a thing you can do. Well, I guess we walk down this road to start. Oh, there's a campground there, so I'm trying to be quiet. But it's real pretty here. And I don't know, it's supposed to be really sandy. We'll see. I'm gonna try to run as much of it as I can and not worry too much about it, because why worry? But yeah, I'm excited. Keep going. Okay, and also my water. Remember when I put the water bottles in the freezer last night and I was like, this is a good idea. Hey you guys, it's 40 degrees. They're frozen solid. So I'm not gonna have any water until my body heats them up, but that's okay. Alright, there's the campsite, so we gotta be quiet. Well, there's the creek. And I think we finally made it to the trail. Finally, that took like 2 minutes, but it's okay. Oh, we'll sign in and we'll go. So this is the sand. I don't know if I'm gonna film too much, but sorry. Camera, come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to run some and enjoy the morning.
trail doggy. It's always a win. And there's a guy camped here with a hammock. I'm not real life camp here, but you know, find something new every day. Anyway, it's too cold to go in. I did like put my hand in and I walked up kind of close, as close as I could get without, you know, going in. And without, it's beautiful. It's just, alright, I'm gonna head back. No, I just don't feel like lingering. I have a good momentum going, so I'm gonna head back, but I'm glad that I can. One thing I didn't say back there is water is so clear. Look how clear it is. Oh my goodness. Also, the trail's pretty sandy. It's not like deep sand like the people in the comments were complaining about. I wouldn't call it deep sand, but there are some, you know, more dynamic elements like this, but not a lot. I mean, it's a short trail. It's only 6 miles, so and it's a little up and down, but mostly flat. Just beautiful though. Say it with me now. The cliffs of insanity. Y'all, if you're not Princess Bride fans, I don't think we can be friends. I mean, not really, but kind of. This is the sand, by the way. Okay. Gets a little deeper than this, but not much. But yeah, beautiful day, beautiful trail, beautiful cliffs. All right, yo, we made it. The water bottle's thawed just enough for me to take a few sips. Well, that was an experiment. I don't know if you should fully freeze them unless it's like 90 degrees in the summer. But, you know, sorry. Oops. Anyway, it was fun. 5.95 miles, 1 hour, 28 minutes. Does it say how much elevation? 673 feet, which is not much, but it was fun. I didn't linger at the waterfall. I really had to pee, honestly, so I wanted to come back. But B, there were other people there, like, enjoying their time. And I don't know, I don't like to infringe on anybody else's time, even though, like, of course, you can spend time in a place where there's other people. But I tend to linger a lot less when there's other people, because I just don't want to, like, I don't know, kill their vibe. Please don't kill my vibe. Anyway, that was fun. The only problem is, I noticed it in the last, like, quarter mile. There's this pavement part, you know, just like the last third mile or whatever. I'm going to show you my shoe. Hold on. Look at this. Oh, I don't think you can see. I'll hold it in the sun. The tread has lifted off the shoe. I've never had this happen to one of my shoes. I actually have super glue from when I had to super glue the gasket on top of my roof. Do you remember that back in Texas? It was a couple years ago now. I'm going to try to super glue it. But I'm also like, maybe I should just order another pair. I don't know. Anyway, it's early. It's like, what time is it? 8:40? I'm going to try to hit up a coffee place I saw on the way back. Figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. Like, I already blew past my mileage. But this week is supposed to be recovery miles, and I'm like already way past that. I don't know if I can find like an easy hike that I can just like walk. Do you know what I mean? And not actually hike. I'm gonna think about it. But there's no service here, so I'll have to figure that out somewhere else. Alright, I found this place, Kiva Coffee House. Look how cute it is. And it's just 2 minutes from the trail I was at. They have prepared, like hot prepared food too, but look at this scone. I just had to. I haven't had like a good scone like this in forever. And of course I got an omo chai. But then look at that view. Wow. Really nice spot. Can't imagine getting tired of that view. That was such a good scone. I haven't had a raspberry scone like that. I think the last time I had a really good one like that was in Lake Placid, New York. And that was like 12 plus years ago. Something like that. Oh, the views! I can't! This is why I go to just one coffee shop when you can go to two. I went to this Tumbleweed, just stopped here to get a tea latte. Got a honey cinnamon tea latte. I've never seen anything like that. I think it's just black tea with oat milk and stuff. And a croissant. Because why have one pastry when you can have two? I did look at the trails and stuff, and you know what? I just feel like I'm gonna go back and maybe do some Pilates and take a shower and then go into town to the laundromat, and I'm just gonna like chill today. Like normally I'd be like, let's spend another few hours outside, and I will sit outside at the laundromat to wait for my laundry and stuff, but just like sit, you know, because I'm trying to not do more than the mileage on my training plan, like a lot more than it, and I've already done a lot more than it. This week it's the recovery week, like I said, so it's a very low mileage week, and I've already blown past it by like 12 miles. But I still just I'm trying to be aware of my feet and give them a break. And that run was not hard, but I do feel it in my calves and stuff on the sand, so I'm just gonna chill. But it's another 45-minute drive back, so I'll listen to my music and head back and do all those things I just said. So yeah, I'm having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in wherever I am. I don't know exactly. I think I'm near Boulder, Colorado. Not Colorado. Boulder, Utah. But yeah. Okay, onward. This looks like college. Anybody else? Well, college would have been in the NYU where it was like this. Is that right? I don't know. It just feels like college. Alright, let's see. We want normal. There it goes. 35 minutes. Okay. Oh, push start. Reading is so hard. It's the way I'm reading. I moved on to the second book. I'm doing the Veiled. What's it called? The Veiled Kingdom. It's the second book in the series. The Hunted Hare in the Hunted Hare. The Hunted Heir in the Veiled Kingdom series. And I like this series so far. It's a quick, fast-moving read. They're great. And voila! Hour and a half later, we've got clean clothes. And we're back. I've actually been back for a while. I did something that I haven't been doing a lot lately, and I actually booked and planned my next trip and the next flight after that, because the next two trips are all around, actually the next two flights after that? I'm going to be staying, spoiler alert, I'm going to be staying in Utah. My next trip is my second and final simulation weekend for 29 of 29 Trail, which I wanted to do in Utah. And then I have one more trip between then that simulation weekend and Trail. And I'm not going to leave Utah to come back to Utah because Trail is in Park City. So I've lately been booking my trips like week of, including flights and, accommodations and, figuring out hikes and stuff like very, very last minute. But because I actually know where I'm going for the next few trips, and my schedule is like a little more spaced out just because of some summer stuff, I went ahead and booked them. So that's what I've been spending the last little bit doing. And it's kind of nice to have that done. I would like to camp at some point, but I didn't want to camp over simulation weekend because I'm going to be hauling you-know-what and on the trails. And I just need to be able to like fully restore after each day. So I like the spot I picked, I think. I mean, there was so much more available. Who knew? When you pick a lodging more than the week of you're going. So I got a place that I'm excited about for my next trip at least. And then I don't know where I'll stay after that, if I want to camp or not. But then after that, I will be at trail. And that's, lodging is included in that and all that. But yeah, I get asked a lot like how I plan my trips. And I don't do a lot of planning. Like, I basically decide where I want to be. Basically what state or what part of what state. And I've been basing my trips the last couple of years really around these 29 or 29 events between trail and mountain. So trail, obviously, like I said, is in Park City, Utah in just a couple months. And then the mountain I'm doing is in Aspen in Colorado in October. So I'm basically just like floating between Colorado and Utah this year. But that, it feels good. I like these states. Utah, still number one. Has my heart, always has, always, I think it always will. I don't know. I can't say that with confidence because how do I know what the future holds? But I just feel good when I'm in Utah. Not that I feel bad other places, but there's just like a little extra something, Anyway, I'm going to wrap this here. I'm excited for the next couple of trips in Utah. And beyond that, I haven't really sorted out kind of my between Utah and Colorado plan, but we'll figure it out. But we don't have to worry about that now. That's way far away from now. Like months away. So yeah, it feels good to... Also, the flights are cheaper. Like it used to be that if you booked flights more last minute, you could get some deals. Not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. I haven't found that to be true since the pandemic, really. So booking flights in advance does save a little bit of money. And you know what? It does add up. So for now, I don't know if that will change with the times and everything. I just don't think so. I don't think anything is getting less expensive ever again. Just gonna say that. I'm not a financial expert, but that's my gut feeling on that. All right, so I'm going to kind of organize myself because I have a very early departure tomorrow, but I really enjoyed sharing this time with you. It has been such a joy to be at Capitol Reef and the surrounding areas. Escalante, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I do apologize. It was gorgeous. Highly recommend spending time down there too. Just a beautiful part of the state. Now I feel like I've almost done all of the national parks in Utah. I think I'm still missing Bryce Canyon. Is that what it's called? I don't even know. But I'll have to wait another time for that because it's just going to get hot from here on out. But yeah, check back for Simulation 2. I'm hoping that the snowpack has melted so I can do some high elevation, long hikes. But we shall see. Because when I was looking at trail reviews, I just kind of peeked at the trails in the area I'm staying. Trail reviews from this time last year, the snow was snowing. But I remember they had a very long snowy season last year. I don't know what it's doing this year. So we'll see. That'll be in the next adventure. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming along. It is my joy to share with you. And I'm wishing you magical miles and happy trails. Stay safe out there, kids. Be kind. And I'll catch you real soon. Bye.